So Achilles injuries, in terms of prevention, these are the one injury that I would probably see most when somebody who hasn't played sport for a long period of time goes out and plays football or whatever sport they're going to play, and their Achilles just ruptures. So there's two different real Achilles injuries. You've got your rupture, which is that kind of one spontaneous instant injury, and you've got obviously your Achilles tendonitis, which is more long-standing and chronic. So talking about the rupture side of it, as I say, that's the one time I do tend to see this injury. So that's where you've got to look at making sure that first of all you're not trying to do something that your body can't take in terms of the sport. So often, as I say, you'd find it's their kind of people in their late 30s, early 40s, into their 50s, and they go and play a vet's game of football or something, and 20 minutes into the game they feel like they've been shot in the back of the leg, turn around, no one's there, they've got an Achilles rupture. So that's the first thing I'd say, is be very wary if you're going to go and play sport, if you're not in the condition to play it. And that's where the warm-up becomes really important, because you've got to make sure that the tendon has got warmed up, and you go through the full range of stretches as well to make sure it's ready to go for the activity you want it to do. And that includes static stretches, dynamic stretches, and your kind of plyometrics, your jumping and all that kind of stuff. So you get that Achilles tendon ready to go. Footwear is really important. Making sure you've got good footwear, making sure that all your studs are in. You haven't got one stud missing or something like that, or one stud's worn down, because I've seen that in the past where that has changed the whole biomechanics of the foot and can cause an Achilles rupture. So those are the kind of things I would look at in terms of trying to prevent a rupture side of things. In terms of the Achilles tendonitis, often you don't know, it's very hard, you actually get it and then you suddenly think, it's too late, often in that kind of situation. But I think with an Achilles tendonitis, footwear is really important. Making sure that if you're doing running, you wear proper running shoes. Even if you're in the off season and you're doing some running work, if you're a footballer, it's really important. And I would always advise a footballer to go and get a proper pair of running shoes that are designed for them, so that their foot is in a good posture and their Achilles is not put under too much strain. So I think that one is the first thing I would say, is that the footwear is really important. Same thing with the boots. Make sure that their boots are, they keep replacing them, and also that they keep replacing the studs and make sure they're okay, and that the backs don't rub too much, and that's both with a trainers or with a pair of boots. So I think the footwear is really important with Achilles prevention. I often say, I think, especially again in football, where you have people that they go from wearing football boots or trainers and then go and wear flat shoes. I have this real thing with people that wear flat shoes all the time and flip-flops, because they've got no support to the foot and to the foot posture, and also you're stretching that Achilles much more than you would do normally. So for me, I would always try and advise a professional sportsman to wear a pair of trainers or a pair of shoes that's got some kind of arch support in it, and actually and raises the heel off the floor a little bit to try and give to take the pressure off their Achilles, so you don't set up this kind of the early stages of Achilles tendonitis. In terms of everything else, it's stretching, and then it's getting the let's say in terms of the strengthening of the Achilles, you tend not to do it until you've got the injury. I mean, if you do think about doing it, you would do like an eccentric calf raise. You go up onto your toes and slowly lower down onto one foot. As I say, that tends to be done when you've actually got the Achilles injury, as opposed to doing it beforehand. But they would be the things that I would really look at. I'd say mainly footwear, and as I say, going into that is what you wear away from the training field is as important as what you wear in the training field.